You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
Would like to make this clear and as transparent as possible for those of you who are constantly questioning the reasons why men ask women this particular question, just in case you're curious on my side of the internet. When a man asks a woman what she offers, what she brings to a partnership or a relationship, he is essentially 5 steps ahead in his assertion. When he meets you, depending on your attitude, how you communicate, how you dress, he has already made it up in his head what category you're in. The conversation piece will determine if his suspicions are solidified or need to be re examined. The hilarious thing about this is that for whatever reason, you assume that the question is being asked because of financial squalor. The guy is just destitute and poor, lives in a tube sock because you're so reliant and so used to a archetype of man that is proven to you time and time again that your choices are horrible and that they don't align with what you actually ask for. So when you say you want a good guy, but you always end up with guys who are financially disabled, you confuse the two and you associate your archetype of man with every single man, knowing that you've disqualified 80% of men anyway. But selfishly, what you do is you attach your bad experiences with the 80% as well as the 2%. And for whatever reason, your logic continues to get you the same results over and over. A man that is working hard, didn't have anybody's help. Nobody gave two shits about what he had to go through to get to where he was. Being frugal, saving, not spending on every single thing in the world, not having friends, not having a love life, not having anything going on outside of just building his brand. Someone like him has a lot to lose. When a man loses, it hits different. When women lose, they don't really lose. Your fall from grace is not the same fall from grace as men's are. So you can easily replace something a lot quicker in terms of this secular stuff than what a man can. The risks are a lot higher. And I think you just don't really care about that, which is one of the key things that you need to focus on. This is one of the reasons why you have struggled so much with meeting men that are of some type of quality because your lack of concern or care for what he has to us is a slap in the face. It's just very disrespectful. And it will get you dismissed quickly because you're more of a liability than an asset. You know it, we know it, the world knows it, but you don't want to acknowledge or accept that. The men that you're referring to as being broke and want money from you, those are the type of dudes that you subconsciously are attracted to for various reasons. They just don't have the other elements that would make you stay there. And those elements are within the vessels of individuals who are more disciplined and do not move and operate in the same way that the guy that you're attracted to does. That's the real issue here. And the reason why you don't like the question being asked and you never really have a response for real, is simply because deep down inside, you know the game, you know the rules, you know how this works. You don't want to tell us, and also you assume that we don't know. So gaslighting and ad hominems and reverse psychology is your tool to make us forget about the fact that you really don't give a shit about us for real. I'm gonna do a separate video on that one. But this is why we asked the question. Because if you're going to invest in something, you want to make sure that you're getting a return. We're business oriented. You don't seem to want to acknowledge that. You don't want to talk about being lazy or picking and choosing purposely who you want to give to and who you want to hold back from. You don't want to talk about how selfish you really are and how you really use people based on what they are, who they are, physically, and all that. You don't want to expose that. So you mask and hide it and get offended or fake offended. But you're not offended by the truth. You're offended by the fact that they know what's actually going on. That's all this really is about. So you can stop pretending that you're angry that the question is being asked. I gave you everything that you need to know. This ain't about just you, man. This is about the legacy, the brand, the future, the family, the infrastructure. This is about more than just your purse. But I digress.